Hi guys, this is Chodaros Bling, Chodaros Designs, and today we have a special bracelet designed by our favorite loomer from Down Under, the Hook Only Queen, Suzanne HB, also known as Crazy Just Might Work on Instagram. So this one she had designed for Bling for breast cancer, and it's gorgeous. I asked her if I could make it. So it incorporates a single chain down the center and these barrel beads that we add on, and then just simply a border. So it's thin, and here's the inside, or the underside if you will, and your colors can make a dramatic difference, a dramatic effect, you know, as to the looming, the way it will come out. And the beads. I found that these beads work perfect, and these are the ones that Suzanne used. I had also made a smaller rendition trying to use these large spacer beads, and I don't like it because the design is not thick enough to capture that bead kind of down inside. You see the whole bead around. I like how Suzanne did it because these are small barrel beads and it kind of snuggles down inside of the design. And then this one, it's like the bead is everywhere. But you might like that, so that might be an option for you. Okay, so you need to have a single chain in the way that we color coded, which I did the same as Suzanne, which I did one color and then two of the same color bands, one color, two of the same color. So mine started out with gold, purple, purple, gold, purple, purple, gold, purple, purple. Okay, so just stick around and I'll show you what I mean here in a second. Okay, so we're going to start out with this single chain, and obviously you can choose your colors, but mine, I'm doing the same that Suzanne did, which was alternating one color and then two of the same color as my cap band, two of the same color, alternating like that. So this purple is from the Rainbow Loom Gemstone Pack, and this is the metallic gold. So I just have a little bit more to go on mine, but that would be like your cap band. And this is the Rainbow Loom prototype hook that hopefully we will see in stores. As you can see, I used it in another tutorial, but who else better to use one for would be Suzanne, our hook only queen. So we just slip our band in that hook part and pull it over, reattach, and we just continue. New band goes, and then we're alternating our colors. So it's two of the same, and then our next color, then two of the same. Okay, and so we do this until it is the size of our wrist. I'm going to go a tad larger since my wrist seems to be a little bit smaller, as I like to give out my bracelets. So big shout out to Abby, who may be one of my new followers, who possibly might start making their bracelets. The first rendition of this bracelet that I made went to her, so she may be watching this tutorial. Okay, so my last band is going to be this gold, which is the same color as my my cap band. Now I'm just going to take, because I do not have a clip, I'm just going to take an odd color band and just do a slip knot there to hold it in place. Okay, All right, so our next step, once we have this chain complete, is we want to add these barrel beads. So mine are beads because they do have a hole in them, so they can be threaded. But what we want is one that will slide over our hook. So we want this type of a thickness. And I bought these, I believe at probably Michael's craft store. So we need about 9, I believe, to do the entire wrap for your wrist. So I'm just putting them all on my hook. So if you have a double-ended hook, you can add them to your hook, or 1 or 2 at a time. But after I have them on my hook, I put my cap band in that latch part and just slide them on top. Oops, and don't lose your rubber band like that. I lost my band. Okay, so how we want to place these is when we have 2 of the same color, it's going to be on the second one. Okay, so let me get another one. Now slide it up. So you see next here, I have the gold and then purple, purple. So I'm going to slide it up the gold to the second purple, like that. So essentially it's covering up where you just have the one color of, like the one purple of my 2. So you just slide them down to the correct space. And since I lost mine, I have to add them again. And with mine, I only have 7 of the same color and 1 which is sticking to my iPad. So I have to, in order to have 9, I have 2 of a different color. So put the rest of the same color on my hook. That one on first. Okay, so again, we want to add it where that band stays on our hook. And you can just pull one at a time. And if you have beads that are a little bit tighter, all you got to do is pull on your single chain and it slides easily into place. Okay, so that's what you should have. And I need to get one more. Okay, so this is what we have with all of our beads. So again, starting from the cap band, you have the gold, purple, purple, and that's where your bead lays on that second purple band. So gold, purple, purple, that's where your bead. So it's every third band. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 is where you'll place your barrel. Okay? And trust me, I tried it with the big bling, and as I showed you, I tried it with these, and I just think the way Suzanne designed it, it looks the best. Alrighty, enough jibber jabber. So we want to work through our cap band. So we want to go through our cap band from back to front. So you see it's holding it as a circle and making sure it stays the same or the whole way up. So we go from the back to the front, and we want to pull the same color through our cap band, so in my case the gold. Okay, so we don't want to reattach, and making sure that your cap band is circular towards you, we want to go through the side like that, grabbing the left side there. Then we want to reattach this gold band. And that's what you should have right there. And now we want to add our contrast color. So in my case it will be this, I believe they're the Persian purple, they're the 600 pack. And so I just want to add this band through the first 2 loops closest to my hook. So I'm just going to slide it under the gold and under the purple, like that, and then close it up. Then I'm going to grab the same color again, and I'm going to pull it through the first 3 loops. So I'm going to leave this last loop alone, and then just pull it through the first 3 loops like that, then close it up. Okay, so once you have that, it's so super simple. As long as you do it in this order, do it any way you find fit. We always want to take this last band, and you can see it's longer, and we want to take it and we want to pull it up and over the first 2 bands and over our hook like that. And then we want to take this second band here. Now we want to take this one and pull it up and over the first band and the hook like that. That's it. Super simple. So again, when we want to start the pattern, as Suzanne says, she doesn't say pattern. Since she's Australian, she has a super awesome accent. She says pattern. So we start into the next pattern. So anyway, excuse me, we have 1 band on our hook, and that's our contrast color. So make sure that your cap band is in the same as when you began, so the circle is facing you. So we know we need to go from the back to the front. So we're going to skip the chain that has our bead on it and go up to the next chain. So in my case, I'm always going up to this gold. Okay, so now we have 3 loops on our hook, and we want to add the same color, which is gold, and then this one will capture all 3 loops like that. But before we close it, making sure our bracelet is straight, we want to go through the side of the next chain in line. Then we want to go ahead and reattach like that. So that way that single chain, that purple one, is in the center. Okay, so then after we do that, we take our contrast color, pull it through the first 2 loops, close it up, take another one of our contrast color, pull it through the first 3 loops, close it up. Once we have this left one, the long one here, then we just simply take it and pull it over the first 2 loops and over our hook. And then we take the next one in line, pull it over the first loop and our hook like that, leaving 1 loop on our hook. Making sure our cap band is in order, holding our bracelet right. Then we need to go up to the next open band, pull the same color through all 3 bands, and then before we reconnect, we want to go from back to front and grab that next loop and then close it up. And then we add our contrast color through the first 2 loops contrast color through the first 3 loops. And after that, another way we can do it is you can put your first 2 loops under your hook and slide this one on top. And then out of these 2, we slide the next one in line over like a slip knot. And then we have the 1 loop left on our hook. Okay, so then we just follow the pattern all the way up to the end. So I'm going to go a tad faster. Whoopsie, wrong color. So first 2, and then the second 2, and then always pull this first one over for this last band. Always has to go over first, and then this one there. Through the side. Pull a band through all 3 loops. Through the side, reconnect. Contrast color, first 2 loops. Contrast color, first 3 loops. The last band goes over the hook and the 2 bands. Then the next one goes over the band and the hook. Okay, so we come back down here, and this is what you should have. So this would be the front. So if I turn it, that's what the side will look like. Okay, so I'll do one more. The pattern. Okay, so let's finish this up until we reach the end, and then we will start on the next side. Okay, so we've reached the end of our one side, and you have your clip. So I am just going to go through the band on the clip and then pull the same color through like this. And then I want to take that clip out of that band and just replace it with this one here. Take it off my hook, close it up. Okay, so that's what we have. So if you're left-handed and you loomed it the way I did, everything should be to the left of your bead. So in order for this design to work out properly for both sides, we need to take it and we need to flip it, and we're going to loom down instead of up. So that way we can have the same pattern on the front side. Okay. All right, so through the cap band again, we take the same color band. And I'm going to work more so kind of like towards the side so you can see better. But before we attach, we go through the next band. And you want to make sure that the band that you have the one side on your hook, it's not twisted, it's straight. And then we just simply pull it down like that. And then now it is in these, we have the purple one inside, and you see it's not twisted. So then, as we did before, we want to do our next band through the first 2 loops, close it up, and then another of the same color through the first 3 loops, and then close it up. Okay, so then we still have that long band that's on the end, and then we just simply take it up and over, then the next one up and over like that. Okay, so there's our cat band right here. And we have this band on our hook, so then we want to come down past the bead, and then our next band would be this gold one here, going through the side, pulling another gold color band through all 3 loops. And I twist because these 600 pack bands, the purples, they're a little sticky, and so if I don't twist, they'll twist. Okay, so once we pull that one through, we're going to the next link of that purple, going through, and then reattaching that band like that. And then we get our next color, pull it through the first 2 loops, and reattach. And when we're looping all of these on the second side, it's going to get a little tighter for you than it was on the first side, because everything is going in place, in line. So then we take this last band, pull it up and over, and then this band up and over. Okay, so let's check ourselves here. We have the same, we have the same, and we have the same. Everything is checking out. Okay, so then we skip our bead, go down to our next chain, pull a band through all 3 links, and then before we connect, we're going to the next one, which is purple. Then we are reattaching 2 of your contrast colors. First one through the first 2 loops, I'm sorry. And then the next one through the first 3 loops. And then we take this outer one up and over, and then the next one up and over. So then we skip this next one, has the bead. Just go down the line before we reconnect. Like that. Okay, gorgeous. I'll do one more with you. And then to end it, last one comes over, and then this one comes over. So that's what you should have. Okay, so we will finish this up. Finish this up until we reach our clip, and then we will close it up together. All right, so we've reached the end of our bracelet, and we have this one band left on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over so we can see it right side up. I've gotten confused. Okay, so and flip this around. Alright, so we added this one gold band over here. You can see it better. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take those two loops off of that clip like that. And then I'm going to take this gold band and pull it under both of those two loops like that. So this gold band in the center, that was our initial close-up band. This band here was the band we added on our first, when we did the first side. That makes sense. You just need a band for close-up, guys. Okay, so then I'm going to add, this is the time you would add your C-clip. Okay, so this is the back of your design. Maybe zoom you out. And this is the front. It's gorgeous. I love it. I think it's super awesome. And if you look closely, like right here, like that gold band, it makes kind of like a little heart shape. So if you use like LE bands, maybe you could get a more dramatic heart, or if you change up your colors or whatnot. So you might want to play around with your bands a little bit. I like for these ones to kind of poke out a little bit more. And then the side ones, you might want to pull on your slip knot so it's not too tight, and you can see, you know, those bands coming through. But that is the beautiful cup, my cup runneth over bracelet. So great job, Suzanne. One of my favorite loomers and mentors, definitely. You can see it's super thin. It fits nicely and it's comfy to wear. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the bracelet that you have made. Make sure that you do hashtag your designs to Cup Runneth Over, to Crazy Just Might Work on Instagram, and myself. We'd love to see what you have come up with color-wise and bead-wise. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.